Om 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 Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Katribhyo Paramarishibhyo Namo Namaha. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. So we are into chapter 10 of Ashtavakra Gita. Chapter 10, without dropping anything, no realization or no moksha is possible. So here, the need for dispassion is being spoken about. Dispassion is vairagya. Vairagya is viraga, vigata raga. Raga is attachment. Viraga is being free from attachment towards objects, people, circumstances, and situations. Ashtavakra says, Ashtavakra uvacha vihaya vairinam kamam artham chanartha sankulam dharmam apyetayor hetum sarvatra nadaram kuru. Vihaya, giving up, vairinam, enemy, enmity, kamam, desire also, artham, wealth, cha, anartham, sankulam, which is anartha sankulam. This wealth is full of mischief in our life. It can create a lot of complexities in life. Dharmam, give up even doing this dharma. I want to do this. I want to do this good work so that I will get these benefits. Dharmam. Api, etayoho, of these two, hetum, the cause. Sarvatra anadaram kuru. The cause for dharma and adharma and performance, which is the cause of what? Which is the cause of kama and artha, anartha. Dharma and adharma is the cause for artha and anartha. So give up that also. Sarvatra anadaram kuru. Anadaram means don't give importance to anything in this world. There is nothing deserves our importance, nothing deserves our praise, nothing deserves our intense attention. Everything is as it is in this world. There is a purpose for everything, and it works out. Everything works out its own existence in this world. So where we need to pay our attention is, we need to pay our attention on the self, that is the supreme being, and giving up our attention for all these qualities like enmity, because anything you pay attention to is a hook to hook us into samsara, whether it is enmity, whether it is desire, or whether it is meaningfulness, seeking meaning in life, or going after what is meaningless, practicing dharma. Everything is only requiring our non-attention. Sarvatra anadaram kuru. This might sound very blatantly anti-world, or we are in this world, we are always thinking about how we can increase our good qualities, how we can increase our wealth, how we can fulfill more and more of our desires. Here, all the three, dharma, artha, and kama, are being rejected, which means it is only for the person who is in seeking moksha. It is not for the ordinary folks of the world who want to enjoy this world, who want to do good in this world, who want to get a good name, who want to earn a lot of wealth, who want to fulfill a lot of their desires. This is not, Ashtavakra Gita is not for them. Ashtavakra Gita is for the people who have done a lot of good actions in this world in their life, and they have also earned a lot of wealth, and they have become saturated with the wealth that they have earned. There is no need for them to earn more, and what they have also they find it very difficult to manage. So that much of wealth they have, and then their desires also, all their major desires, everything are fulfilled. When you have dharma, artha and kama, everything gets fulfilled one after the other, with problems or without problems, but they are fulfilled almost. So, after all these desires are fulfilled, what is left in this world? Is there something else beyond doing good in the world? Is there something else beyond uh, earning a lot of money and being very rich? Is there something else beyond fulfilling my own desires? Is there something else beyond that? When that search comes in, Ashtavakra Gita is for those people. स्वप्नेन्द्रजालवत् पश्य दिनानि त्रीणि पञ्च वा मित्रक्षेत्रधनागार दारदायादिसम्पदः. Swapna Indrajalavat, like an Indrajala, like a magician's creation in it's like a dream or a magician's show. Pashya Dinani, all your days look like as if it's a magician's show. When you wake up in the morning, 5:30 there is a lot of there is a lot of darkness. Then 5:45 there is twilight in the morning, and dawn comes, and 6 o'clock onwards sun begins to rise, and then the sun begins to rise. You see the orange sun, and then you see the bright yellow sun, and then you see everything in this world. All the birds come out. The weather is very cool in the morning, like a 5D film, 5-dimensional film. You are experiencing the sound, you're experiencing the sights, you're experiencing the smell, you're experiencing the taste, you're experiencing the textures and the different feeling, everything you are experiencing. Indrajalam Pashya Dinani Trini Panchava, 3 or 5 days. There are lasting only for a few days. A magician or a circus is put up. The circus will be there for 3 days or 5 days or 1 week, and then the circus will be taken away. It'll move away. Same with magic show also. A magician comes and does his show, and for 3 days or 5 days the magic show is done, and then the camp moves away. In the same way, this whole world that we see is like a magic show that lasts for a few days. Mitra, Kshetra, Dhana, Agara. Mitra is all friends. Kshetra is all the lands that we have. Dhana is all our wealth. Agara is our house. Dara are the wives. Daya Adi. Presence, the presence and other objects of fortune. All the people, the Dayadis are all the people who are brothers and cousins in one family. They are called the Dayadis. But here, the meaning given here is presence and fortune. Objects of fortune. All that, Sampadaha, all the wealths, they last only for a few days. So what needs to be done is be very dispassionate about all that. Meaning, no excitement when they come, no sorrow when they leave. That's the attitude of dispassion. Yatra yatra bhavet trishna samsaram vidhi tatra vai praudhavairagyam ashritya vita trishna sukhi bhava. Here the way to be calm, the way to be composed, the way to be joyful is being said. Yatra yatra bhavet trishna. Wherever there is desire, Trishna means it's a craving, feeling that I don't have something, and then I want it, the heart starts beating for that. That's called Trishna. Yatra yatra bhavet Trishna, wherever there is this craving, samsaram vidhi tatravai. Know that in that place there is samsara, there is modification and change. When there is craving and we go after something, we want something, modification and change is an automatic result of it. We are not going to have the same thing at all times. There is going to be a lot of change. At one moment there will be sorrow, one moment there will be joy, one moment there will be wealth, one moment there will be penury, one moment there will be mana, or people are praising us. The other moment people will despise us. One moment it will be hot, one moment it will be cold. One moment it is day, the next moment it is night. These differences are coming in samsara. The moment we have Krishna, we have a craving that I want a particular thing. When I want a particular thing, I exclude everything else from my life. So I become the enemy of everything else other than the thing that I want. So that is called samsara. And the more we exclude something from our life, the more that we exclude, those things come to us very fast. So we will be wondering, I don't want fight, I don't want quarrel, I don't want problems. But why do problems come? Why do fights come? Why do quarrels come? Why do sorrowful situations come? Because we are excluding them in our life. And the more we put energy and exclude them, the more with force they come and attack us. Praudhavairagyam ashritya. With strong dispassion, ashritya, vita trishnaha, be free of trishna, be free of craving, sukhi bhava, be very calm, be very composed, sukhi bhava. In the Bhagavata, Pingala is a prostitute. She describing Pingala, the Rishi says, Ashahi paramam dukkham nairashyam paramam sukham yatha samchitya kantasham sukham sushwapa pingalo. Pingala went to sleep. How does she sleep? Ashahi paramam dukkham. It is supreme sorrow to have asha. Asha means hope or expectation. Nairashyam paramam sukham. What gives me supreme joy is nirasha. I am free of any expectations. Yatha samchidya kanta asha. So when she destroyed her passion and anxiety for waiting for her customers, her men who were her customers, sukham sushwapa, Pingala went to sleep very well. Meaning in our life, we can feel happy only when we give up our desires for having something, wanting something, doing something, going somewhere, experience something. When we give up those desires, there is nirasha, and we will feel very extremely happy. In Yoga Vasishta also there is a very beautiful metaphor. Manoratharatharudham yuktam indriya vajibhi Brahmyatyeva jagat kritsnam Trishna sarathi choditam. Trishna sarathi choditam. This Trishna craving is a sarathi. It is a driver of the manoratha. Manoratha is the chariot of the mind. Ratha arudham, sitting on the chariot. Yuktam indriya vajibihi. The chariot is tied to horses, which are the sense organs. Brahmyati eva jagat kritsnam. The individual, Krishna Sarathi Choditam, the individual ego is sitting on the chariot called the Manoratha, and the sense organs are the horses, and Trishna or craving is the charioteer. And in that chariot, the ego, the individual jiva is sitting and is going all around the world. Trishna matratmako bandha tannasho moksha uchyate bhavasam sakti matrena prapti tushtir muhur muhu. Trishna matratmako bandha. So what is bondage? There is only one cause for bondage, and that is called Krishna. Krishna is craving. Tannashaha moksha uchyate. When the craving is gone, it is called moksha. Bhava asamsakti matrena. Bhava, be with that asamsakti. Asamsakti is non-attachment to the world alone. So do not have any attachment to the world. Matrena prapti tushtihi. You experience contentment. You experience quietness of mind. Again and again, whenever we drop Krishna, whenever we drop the desire, the craving to achieve something, the craving for something, the craving to message someone, the craving to receive a message on Facebook or on WhatsApp, the craving to post something, the craving to receive likes, the checking the phone again and again. The craving is very, very evident with our mobile phones. We don't need to have men and women in our lives to experience craving. We experience craving on a day-to-day basis with our mobile phone itself. Prapti tushtihi. When you drop that craving, you will experience tushti. When muhur muhuhu. Again and again, constantly you experience contentment in life. त्वमेकश्चेतनः शुद्धो जडं विश्वमसत्तथा अविद्यापि न किञ्चित् सा का बुभुत्सा तथापि ते त्वमेकश्चेतनः शुद्धः जडं विश्वम् असत्तथा. You are the one consciousness. Who are you? Who is listening? Who is the one who is talking? Is that one consciousness. And then what is this world? Jadam Vishwam Asat. This world is inert. This world Vividam Shvayate. Something that keeps moving and changing all the time is Vishwam. This world, and it is also Asat. Asat means there is no Sat. There is no reality. There is no life in that world. Avidya apina kinchit sa. Even ignorance also is not anything in this whole world. Ka bubhutsa tathapi te. Then what is the desire to know? Ignorance also is not there. There is nothing called ignorance also. Like we want knowledge because we want to drive away our ignorance. We want to know something because we feel we are ignorant about something. And when we know that, when we pay money and we go to those classes and we know that, we feel the ignorance has gone away. But the ignorance has not gone because there is no ignorance in the first place. The only ignorance is we believe that there is ignorance, that is the ignorance. And that belief can never go away by learning something. That belief can go away only by realizing that there is ignorance. And I am. So there is no ignorance also. There is no, you are the one Chaitana, you are the one consciousness. You are pure. You are unsullied by anything. This whole world is Jadam. It is inert. And it is asat also. There is no life in this world. Life is existing only within you. As an individual being, as a life form, there is life expressing through you. There is no life in the world. It is asat. Then what is the bubhutsa? Bubhutsa is desire to know. What is the desire to know? Then the next 6th verse in this chapter. Rajyam sutah kalatrani sharirani sukhani cha samsaktasyapi nashtani tava janmani janmani. Lifetime after lifetime, life after life, tava of yours, nashtani, api, samsaktasya, you are attached to what? You are attached to Rajyam, you are attached to the kingdom. Kalatrani, you are attached to your wives. Sharirani, you are attached to many bodies that you have had over many lifetimes. Sukhanicha, in those bodies, you are attached to all the comforts that you have experienced. Samsaktasyapi nashtani, even if you have been so attached to everything, everything has gone away from you, everything has left you and gone. Nashtani, tava janmani janmani, life after life, this is your story, my dear king, Janaka. You were attached to kingdoms, you were attached to wives, you were attached to property, you were attached to the bodies that you had, you were attached to comforts. Samsaktasyapi, even though you are so attached to them, they have left you and gone. They have not been with you always. They have just dropped and gone from you. Tava janmani janmani, life after life this has happened. The 7th verse. Alamarthena kamena sukrutenapi karmana yebhyas samsara kantare na vishrantam abhun manah. Etad, from these, what are these? Alam, no deed. Alam means enough. Of artha. Artha means seeking of meaning and purpose in life and doing something to experience purposefulness in life. Artha. Seeking wealth. Kama, desire, fulfilling our desires. Sukrutenapi karmana, even doing good actions also. Enough of all that. You have done, you have been there, done that. Everything is done and dusted for you in your life. O Raja, this is King Janaka. He is a person who has got the qualities that make him fit for realization, and it is for that King Janaka that Ashtavakra talks about. So, if we are thinking of giving up our actions, good actions in the world, we have to question ourselves whether we are in that state of mind of King Janaka. Else, also, you can study the Ashtavakra Gita, there is no harm in that, but we can study it to see those places where Ashtavakra is pointing out where our mind needs more purification to be fit enough to realize the truth and to have complete dispassion, and we can work on that. We need not get disheartened that we are not like King Janaka now, and so Ashtavakra Gita is not meant for me. Everywhere, some verse or the other can resonate or ring a bell. We can use that verse as our lens, and through that lens, that verse, you can write it, whatever verse, like the previous chapter, I have written down one verse. It's a very beautiful verse, and with that lens, you can look at anything like the vasana. Vasana is what you need to give up in this life, and whenever I sit for any work, whenever I sit for any sadhana, when I remind myself with this lens, then the sadhana becomes very easy and becomes very purposeful, because it is doing the work that is taking me towards the ultimate realization. Rajyam alam arthena kamena sukrutena api karmana. Enough of artha, enough of seeking wealth, enough of seeking desires, enough of going after good actions to earn punya karma. Ebhyaha samsara kantarena vishrantam abhun manaha. Because of all these, because of seeking wealth, because of desire, and because of good actions, the mind is not going to feel calm in this samsara kantara. Kantara means forest. In this wilderness of the world of change, the mind is not going to experience quietude with artha, with wealth, with kama, with desires, and even dharma. So enough is enough of all that, says Ashtavakra. Kritam na kati janmani kayena manasa gira dukkhamayāsadam karma tadadyāpyuparamyatam. Tad adyapi uparamyatam. Tat adyapi uparamyatam. Today at least, you give up all these actions that you are doing. What is the nature of actions? Kritam na kati janmani. You don't know how many janmas, how many lifetimes you have done actions. So what all means we do actions? Kayena, with the body, manasa, with the mind, and gira, with the speech. We have done actions with the speech. We have done actions with the body. We have done actions with the mind. Dukkhamayāsadam. And what has action given you? These actions that you do has given you sorrow only, and it has given you a lot of tiredness in the process. When we do actions, we expend energy and we feel tired. There's no doubt about it. How much ever we may love doing the actions, the experience of freshness is only relative when compared to inaction or non-action. Dukkha mayasadam karma tadapi uparamyatam. Tad adyapi. At least now can you leave actions? Ashtavakra is exhorting Janaka. Puja Gurudev, he is quoting a few verses from the Yoga Vasishta. Let us see those verses, very beautiful. Bhuktva varsha sahasrani durbhoga patali mimam Abrahmastamba paryantam natraptir upajayate. Having experienced in so many lifetimes, Durbhoga Patanin Imam, all these bhogas, all these enjoyments, which are Durbhoga means they never give us fulfillment. Na truptihi upajayate, we don't experience contentment at all. Samrajyam suchiram krutva tatha bhuktva vadhuganam bhuktva bhuntva parabalan yuchaihi kimapurvam avapyate. Having ruled over vast kingdoms for long years, having enjoyed the harem of many women, wives, having destroyed all enemies around the world, what is the unique thing that one can gain? Nothing else. You don't gain anything by that. All the joys that are experienced in these manners are fleeting. Praptena yena no bhuyah praptavyam avashishyate tat praptau yatna matishchet kashtyapi he kashtyapi he sorry tat praptau yatra matishchet kashtyapi he cheshtaya kasyapi he cheshtaya. So laboriously struggling to gain that, having gained which there is nothing more to gain this continuously pant and struggle. So what is that which we need to gain? After we gain that, there is nothing more to gain. We need to gain the knowledge of the consciousness, the knowledge of the Supreme Self that is present with us at all times. After gaining that, we don't need to do anything. We don't need to gain anything by doing any work or striving or conquering or enjoying. We will be experiencing the bliss of the supreme joy at all times. So Ashtavakra continues in the next chapter, chapter 11, the self as pure intelligence. We can work on this chapter also today, the 11th chapter. Chit, consciousness, pure intelligence. Ashtavakra uvacha bhava bhava vikarascha स्वभावादिति निश्चयी निर्विकारागत क्लेशः सुखेनैवोपशाम्यति सुखेन एव उपशाम्यति. Upashamyati means the individual finds peace. Sukhena, very comfortably they settle down into peace. How bhava abhava vikarascha swabhavadini nishchayi. The change in form of existence and destruction, swabhavat, from inherent nature, one who has understood with certitude, nishchayi, nirvikaraha, unperturbed, gata kleshaha, such a person, he is free from all pains. What are kleshas? Kleshas are that which cause klishta, klishyati. They cause klishta in us, they cause pain in us. The Yoga Sutra says 5 kleshas. Avidya. Avidya is ignorance. I do not know the truth. I do not know that I am the consciousness is avidya. Then you have, because of avidya, it's a kshetram, it's a field on which everything else grows. Asmita comes. Asmita is the thought of I. I am so great. I am so brilliant. Asmita. Then you have the third klesha, which is raga, attachment. And the fourth klesha, which is dvesha or hatred. And the fifth klesha, which is abhinivesha. A person who has realized the self of consciousness is free from all klesha, gata kleshaha, sukhena eva upashamyati. And that person indeed is very comfortable and mind is very peaceful. The Yoga Vasishta also says, 52, 12th chapter 52, verse number 52, Ima vichitra kalana bhava bhavamayatmikaha dukkayaiva tavograya nasukhaya kadachana. These are the endless thought eruptions. Their rising and disappearance are ever for your terrible sorrows and never for your happiness. These thoughts that rise and thoughts that go. Bhava, abhava. Bhava means thought is rising. Abhava means thought falls down. And what does this falling and rising of the thought give you? It gives you only unhappiness. It gives you only sorrow. There is never happiness in it. Ishwaras, the second verse. ईश्वर सर्व निर्माता नेहान्य इति निश्चयी अंतर्गलित सर्वाशः शांत क्वापि न सज्जते. Ishvaraha Sarva Nirmata. Ishvara is itself, God or consciousness, is the one who establishes everything in this world. Nirmata, the creator. Na iha anyaha iti nishchayi. Know for certain that there is nothing else other than Ishvara in this world. One who has understood with certitude. Antargalita sarvashaha. All desires within are melted away. Shantaha Kuapi, in anything whatsoever, na sajjate. Such a person is not attached to anything because he remains completely calm. Apada sampada kale daiva deveti nishchayi tripta swasthendriyo nityam navanchati na shochati. Apadaha sampadaha kale daiva deveti daiva deva iti nishchayi. Apadaha, all the misfortunes, and sampadaha, fortunes, in time, daivadeva, by fate, it is happening for us. Iti nishchayi, being very certain about that. Triptaha swastha indriyaha, be very content by keeping your consciousness in the sense organs within and not allowing the mind to go out. Nityam na vanchati na shochati. Such a person does not desire for anything and he does not have to worry about anything also. In the Yoga Vasishta, Athapadam prapya susampadam va mahamati swaprakritam swabhavam jahatino mandaravel shaukyam yatha kshiram Mayamburishaha. Amburishaha. Let misfortune come, let good fortune come. A true sage never leaves his divine and peaceful nature. Just as the milky ocean, in spite of being churned by the Mandara mountain, it still remains white in color. It does not lose its color because the ocean of milk is being churned by the big mountain. Shanai in the Bhagavad Gita also, Shanai Shanairuparameta Buddhya Dhriti Grihitaya Atma Samstham Manakritva Nakinchidapi Nishchayet. Shanai Shanaihi Uparameta Buddhya Dhriti Grihitaya. The mind holding on to the intellect with firmness, Shanaihi, quietly, calmly, slowly it quietens itself. Atma samstham manakritva. Bring that mind to the self, consciousness. And then after that, na kinchidapi chintaye. Don't think about anything else. In the Kathopanishad also, yada sarve pramuchyante kama yesya hridi shritaha atha martyo mruto bhavati atra brahma samashnute. Yada sarve pramuchyante, where everything is, all the desires of the heart are emptied or given up. Kama ye asya kridishritaha, whatever desires are there, everything is poured out and given out. Atha martyaha amritaha bhavati atra. That person, that human being becomes immortal in that place. Brahma samashnute. He attains that supreme Brahman. The fourth verse, Sukha dukhe janma mrityu daiva deveti nishchayi sadhyadarshi nirayasaham kurvan api na lipyate. Sadhyadarshi. Sukha dukhe janma mrityu, joy and sorrow, birth and death, daivat eva iti nishchayi. It is happening due to the effects of our past actions. We do not have control over our joy and sorrow, birth and death. It is because of our past actions. Iti nishchayi, being very certain about that. Sadhya adarshi, not going behind goals of life. yesterday or day before yesterday, Puja Guruji in a satsanga, which was circulated to all of us. Very beautiful message. Goals are all like wounds. And somebody would have asked a question about manifesting goals because people like to manifest things, and goal manifestation is the craze nowadays. So he was answering that question about how to manifest goals. Manifesting goal is all about having a sankalpa. And once you have the sankalpa, you let the sankalpa do the work. Going on checking if the goal is manifesting is like after a doctor has performed the surgery, trying to open the wound again and again and seeing if the healing is happening. So the healing will automatically happen in course of time. That is what goals are all about. So ultimately the message is a goal in life is something like a wound. It is not something that we really go after. We don't want wounds in our life. A goal is a wound because life in its totality is very brilliant. Whatever we want, all the blessings that we have is there everywhere in life. So where is the need to search for particular goals in life? Sadhyadarshi, not going behind goals, nirayasaha. He becomes free of all care and worries. There is no stress, there is no tension in that person's life because he is not chasing any goal. Kurvanapi na lipyate. Even if he is doing actions, he does not get bound by those actions. In the Bhagavad Gita also, Ashtavakra Gita is also taken a lot from the Bhagavad Gita. Yoga yukto vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriyah sarvabhutatma bhutatma kurvannapi na lipyate. The same words. Yoga yuktaha vishuddha atma vijita atma. The one who is integrated in yoga and who is vishuddha, very pure. Vijita, conquered senses. Jitendriyaha, self-controlled and senses under control. Sarva bhutatma bhutatma. He is experiencing himself as a self in all and all beings in his own self. And such a person, even when he is doing actions, he is not bound by those actions. Kurvannapi na lipyate. There are only a few verses in this. We will see them today. Chintaya jayate dukkham nanyathe heti nishchayi taya hina sukhi shantaha sarvatra galita spruhaha chintaya jayate dukkham. If I am experiencing sorrow, what is behind that sorrow? There is chinta, there is anxiety, there is worry. Dukkham na anyathe tha iha iti nishchayi. There is no other reason for our sorrow except worry. Iti nishchayi, being very certain about that. Taya hina sukhi shantaha. Be free of worry, be free of sorrow. Sukhi shantaha. Sarvatra galita spruhaha. Be free of attachment to anything. Galita spruhaha. Sorrow itself is a mental condition of agitation. The more the agitations, the more the sorrow. It gets locked in our heart. So the process of this sorrow is very, very interesting. Some incident happens in front of us. Either it is an incident that we recollect from the past, which is there in our memory, or an incident that happens right now, which we see through our sense organs, hear, taste, smell, and touch, that triggers that memory. When that memory gets triggered inside in our heart, it forms a knot. The knot is like a vritti. It's like a thought knot. And when the vritti knot is formed inside, this is the process by which we experience sorrow in life. So if we should not experience sorrow, we should understand this process and learn how to release that knot and then move on with our life without getting caught by sorrow. So this knot is formed, this thought knot. Once a knot is formed, the wind is moving through the Ida Nadi and the Pingala Nadi. Ida is the feminine energy, which is the power of withdrawal, and Pingala is the masculine energy, which is the power of expression. So when some event happens and this knot gets formed, you can even experience physical body pain many times when there is a fight or when there's a fight at home, an argument, or when there's a silent treatment by somebody whom you really love and whom you're looking forward to, that they will call you and talk to you. They don't answer your calls. They don't. It is not an ordinary problem. It is a serious problem. It is a serious problem that requires psychological, psychiatric help. Helpline numbers are also given for such problems. We take it very ordinarily because it is very common and we don't know that the implications of this. So, Chintaya jayati dukkham. I'm coming to that point. How does worry give us sorrow? So, when the incident happens, it triggers that backlash. It is a traumatic experience we would have had in the past of neglect, of abandonment, of being sidelined, of being, set aside, of being ignored. Those patterns are inside us. And when they get triggered, they become very strong. That knot becomes very strong. And the air that is moving from the Pingala Nadi or the outbound Nadi, the powerful Nadi, is seeking into the world for explanations. How come that person is behaving like this? Why is he doing like this? Why is he not being the kind person that I know him always to be, or I know her always to be? Why suddenly she has changed? Why suddenly he has changed? All these questions the Pingala Nadi is asking and looking outside in the world. The Ida Nadi is shrinking. The sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is a fight, and the parasympathetic nervous system is a flight sensation, fight sensation. So the parasympathetic or the Ida Nadi is withdrawing and shrinking. So on one side it is shrinking, and on one side the energy is pushing out and it's pulling from both sides, shrinking this side and pushing outside. So the Sushumna Nadi, which is actually when all the thoughts and all the desires and all the feelings, when everything is very calm and stable in the body, they pass through the Sushumna Nadi and the breath exhales them out. Everything gets fulfilled because there is calmness and there's the energy from the Ida and Pingala go into the Sushumna. In such critical situations, the energy just pushes out and the Sushumna Nadi dims its light, it dims its power, and this our focus immediately comes on this knot. Why did they say this? Why did this happen? The more and more we start feeding that thought knot with our worry, with our anxiety, with our fears expressions, with our seeking explanations, with our thinking about it constantly, with our anger, with our histrionics, with our drama, we focus on that, and it becomes like a giant, a giant demon. That same small thought, which was non-existent, sprang into existence because of the incident. The incident triggered it, and in a moment when we lost control with what we have to do at that moment, what happened is this one got triggered and it has taken over us like a storm. And what happens immediately, it gives the brain a hit of adrenaline, hit of cortisol, hit of all the hormones that bring stress in the body, that increase the stress and increase our restlessness, our breathlessness, and it removes the energy from the head, from the prefrontal cortex or the thinking parts of the brain. The energy is gone because the stomach needs more energy. The physical body needs more energy for physical action, and so the energy of thinking is depleted from the brain. In a moment, so many things happen, and before even you could realize, you are crashed in your bed for just somebody did not attend your call, or somebody questioned you, why are you calling? Don't you know you should not call? You might be just returning a call, but the other person will say, don't you know you should not be calling right now, I'm very busy. That will come as a shock to you. It will be just a statement because of that person's inability to respond at that moment, and a little frustration because they're not able to respond. So that happens, and in one moment the whole thing spirals and the body and the mind crashes, and that whole day, unless you know how to get out of it, unless you have the proper guidance and the counseling and the kind of touch the soft sensation of touch, which brings us back to our normal state. It is a very, very, because even though it is a mental condition, even though it is a difficult, it is only a mental situation. It is not a real life. Nobody is hitting us, or nobody is hitting us, or nobody is punching us on the face, or nobody is really declining our food or declining our money. Physically, nothing is happening, but it is just a mental transaction that has happened. But the brain understands it as it's a real, what is it? It's a real life-threatening issue, because the brain is constantly looking out for tigers. That is the evolutionary 7.5 million years evolution of the brain is constantly looking for scanning the atmosphere for negativity, because it wants to protect this body. And the ego is scanning for the negativities in the stories around us, in the explanations around us, so that the ego wants to protect our mind. So the protecting the mind and the body is the job of the ego and the nervous system and the brain. And when the brain is spotting very fast that this person is actually insulting, even we may not realize that this is an insult. We may think, no, chalta hai, just an ordinary thing. But the brain is immediately able to spot that. And even before the mind could recognize all this, the body has gone down in the dumps, and that whole day is wasted. So, as I said, Chintaya Jayate Dukkham, how to get out of this? In such an incident, because once when such an incident happened, I didn't even know the seriousness of all this. When I was going into a study about all this, the helpline numbers came, and so many websites, details, all that was given. Helpline numbers came of psychiatric counseling helplines. I was wondering, what is it? It is just somebody not answering a call. What's a big deal about it? But even though it is a small deal, it is a small thing, the implications are the ramifications of bad behavior, the ramifications of not respecting each other's spaces, the ramifications of not talking kindly to each other, the ramifications of withdrawing our love, withdrawing our support, especially when somebody needs it the most. These are all very, very crucial in today's life. And so how do we come out of it? We can also see what is the process. So immediately what happens is, we should know that there is a formation inside. It is like there is something tawny. This Sushumna Nadi is like a pipe. It's a very slim pipe. It's not physically visible. It's a slim pipe. In that, there is some tawny thought pattern is there. And the tawny thought pattern, the Sushumna Nadi is not having the power to crush that thought pattern, because the wind has escaped from the windpipe out into the world and shrinking with fear, and pushing out into the world with anger. There is anger on one side, there is fear on the other side. So that energy which is required to crush the thought inside, to smoothen out the thought, to send the thought away from the Sushumna Nadi out of the body, is not available inside, because the energy distraction has happened. So immediately bring your awareness to the palms. If you are not able to do anything, do any concrete work at that time, just keep your palms clasped in your heart, or keep the palms resting on the ground. You touch the ground, the electricity in the body, the bioelectricity in the body comes in contact with the bioelectricity of the earth, or bioelectricity of any object also. Every object is made from the earth only. So bioelectricity is there in everything. When you come in contact with it and immediately start taking breaths, even this breathing also will be difficult, but still we can, as an emergency measure, it can be tried. I don't want to go past this dukkham. Chintaya jayate dukkham. It is very easy to study. We can just go past and finish that verse and move on. But in future, when you get such a sorrow, how do you handle that situation? So, very, very important things, 3 steps are there. First step is palms. Palms, floor, lamp. These 3 words you can remember. Palms refer to our hands. It can be working with our hands, or all the 3 sense organs of action, talking with our mouth. What do we talk? Not talk anything. You can even chant a mantra. Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram. Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namah Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namah. If you're not able to talk or chant, you can start drawing something, or you can do pranayama, or you can just hold your hand in some mudra. Take a deep breath. Inhale deeply. Inhale into the navel and exhale from the navel. All the dense residual matter which has got locked inside will come out with the breathing. When they come out with the breath, the passage will start getting clear. That Sushumna Nadi will start getting clear. Inhaling deeply and exhaling completely. And with the eyes, the lamp refers to the watching, and the eyes are quiet. The eyes are not disturbed. Keep the eyes quiet. The eyes begin to watch the breath. No other action is done. Hands are resting on the floor or on the thighs or on an object or in some mudra together with each other. You are inhaling deeply, exhaling out of the navel, and the eyes are focusing its attention on the breathing. Simple as that. When this is done, that sorrow, what happens is the Sushumna Nadi gets the energy back. When you want somebody to protect you, when you want a policeman to protect you, the policeman should be sufficiently armed. If you remove all the armor, if you remove all the breastplates and the shoes and the lathi and the gun and everything, and you expect the policeman to protect, it is not possible. So the Sushumna Nadi will protect us if the energy is there inside there. So let the energy flow through it. When it starts flowing, and most importantly, don't feed that little thought that put you into so much of trouble. That thought of that person. How do we not feed it? We don't rehearse the story. We don't get caught up. How he spoke. He showed his finger like this and he spoke to me. We start without getting into the drama of that conversation, without rehearsing that thought, meaning completely ignoring that thought and bringing your attention to the breathing. Inhaling deeply, exhaling completely from the navel, and the mind is watching the breath. The eyes are watching the breath. The breath is going deep. Inhale and exhale from the navel. The hands are in Chin Mudra, and if you do this, the thought will, for lack of attention, for want of attention, the thought will go out on its own. So later on, we have to work on that situation and sit and remove it from our lives one by one. With the grace of Ishvara, it happens, and with also certain practices are there by which these traumatic thoughts can be removed on a day-to-day sadhana. That is the whole process of purification of mind is that only. Whether it is our desires, wants, hatred, anger, jealousy, frustration, sorrow, or irritation, resentment, all these are the traumatic thoughts that are there inside us, and you never know at what moment which can get triggered and what can happen. It is a landmine all the time. Any situation, any word, any thought, any sensation can trigger these traumatic experiences, and we will lose our days, sometimes weeks also. If we are not aware of all this, the pain will be prolonging for 2 or 3 days or even a week. So chintaya jayate dukkham na anyatha iha iti nishchay. Our sorrows are born out of chinta. Our sorrows are born out of worry. There is nothing else. There is no other source for our sorrow. Here the sorrow is not because that person did this person did not do this, that person avoided me, this person said I hate you. It is not because of that. That person said this person did that person did that. It is triggering something inside me, And that trigger thought is only causing all this problem. So if I attend to the trigger thought, whatever that person says, or this person did, or this happened, or that didn't happen, nothing, we are not going to be bothered by anything else. Our life will be continuing so smoothly as if on the breezy highways of the ocean. Taya hinaha sukhi shantaha. So be free of chinta. Chinta chita samanaha. In Hindi and Sanskrit, there's a proverb, chinta chita samanaha. Chinta and chitta. Chitta is the chitta agni, that fire which burns dead bodies. No, they are equal. But chinta chitayoho, there is a difference between chinta and chitta. Chitta dahati nirjeevam. Chitta, or the fire which burns the dead body, it only burns a dead body. But chinta sajiva dahati. When the person is alive only, this worry is going on, killing that person, burning that person. Taya hinaha. So chinta hinaha. Be free of chinta. And sukhi shantaha. Be very comfortable. Be very happy. Sarvatra galita sprihaha. At every place, in every occasion, in every circumstance, be free of attachment. Naham deho na me deho bodhoham iti nishchayi kaivalyamiva samprapto nasmaratya kritam kritam. Naham dehaha. There is no body. I am not the body, and there is no body in me also. Na me dehaha. This body is not me, and I am not the body. Bodhaha aham iti nishchayi. This is the clear knowledge that I have. I am not this body, and there is this body is not me also. Kaivalyamiva sampraptaha. As if in that state of aloneness which I have attained, na smarati akritam kritam. So that person does not think about what is not done, what is done. He does not think about all that. Na smarati akritam kritam. In Kathopanishad also, there are Yada panchavatishtante jnanani manasa saha buddhischa na vicheshtati tamahuh paramam gatim. They call it that highest state. Yada panchavatishtante. When the 5 organs of knowledge are at rest, when the eyes are at rest, when the ears are not chattering and wanting to hear something, when the nose is not restless, wanting to smell something, when the taste buds, the tongue is not itching for tasting something, and the skin is not, pestering you to touch something or feel something. Jnanani manasa saha panchavatishtante. Together with the mind, they are all resting. Mind and the intellect, the sense organs are resting. Buddhihi cha na vicheshtati. That intellect is not shaky at all. We mentioned about the thought, right? The thought vritti, the sankalpa becomes very steady. The sankalpa of I am, that buddhi, na vicheshtati. Such a person, tam ahuhu paramam gati. He attains that supreme space of realization. Dvepade bandha mokshayam nirmameti mameti cha mameti badhyate jantuhu nirmameti vimuchyate. Maha Upanishad. Dvepade bandha mokshayam. Bondage and liberation are only described in 2 words. What are they? Nirmama, mama. Not mine and mine. Nirmama iti, mama iti. Mama means mine. Nirmama is free of that mindness. Mama iti badhyate jantuhu. A person who says mine, 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 he is bound. A person says not mine, nirmama, and gives it up, he is not bound. Abrahma stamba paryantam ahameveti nishchayi nirvikalpashuchi shantaha prapta vinirvrutaha. Abrahma stamba paryantam. From Brahmaji up to the blade of grass, ahameva iti nishchayi. There is nothing else. Who is that Brahmaji? A reflection of me. What is that blade of grass? A reflection of me. What is a lion? A lion is a reflection of my own energy. What is a tiger? A tiger is a reflection of my own energy. What is a cow? The cow is a reflection of my own energy. What is that tree? The tree is a reflection of myself. Who is my friend? A reflection of myself. Who is my enemy? A reflection of myself. Who is the guru? A reflection of myself. Who is the shishya? A reflection of myself. Who is the prime minister? A reflection of myself. Who is the president? A reflection of myself. Who is the terrorist? A reflection of myself. Everything is only, you are standing in a hall of mirrors, and everybody, that it's a hall of tainted mirrors. The mirrors are painted in such a way that they all appear different. That's the only thing. The painting is the only difference. The mirror is painted in such a way, and you think that every person is some other different person. And like the dog which went into the hall of mirrors, going on barking all the time, fully all night it has been barking, and next day the dog was found dead. In the same way, we lose our energy in barking at the whole world, in fighting with the whole world, not knowing that everything is just a mirror of my own self. Nirvikalpaha shuchi shantaha. I be free of thoughts. I am calm and I am shanta. I am shuchi. I am very pure. My intention is very pure. What is my intention? I'm just doing what I need to do in this moment. I'm experiencing bliss. I'm experiencing joy, and I continue to experience that bliss and joy. If anybody comes in front of me, if anybody wants some help, I'm here to do help. That much only, nothing more in that shuchi. Then shantaha, prapta aprapta nirvritaha. This person is free from trying to attain whatever he wants to attain, or withdrawing from whatever he doesn't want, feeling sad about what he has not got, or feeling excited about what he wants and what he has got. He is free from all that. The last verse in this chapter, Nanaschariyamidam Vishwam Nakinchid iti nishchayi Nirvasana spurti matro Nakinchidiva shamyati. Nana Ascharyam idam Vishwam. This whole Vishwa, this whole world, Nana Ascharyam. In many, many ways, it is very amazing. Na kinchid iti nishchayi. Whatever it may be amazing, the one person, it is not indeed anything. There is no matter in this whole world. Nirvasanaha spurti matraha. So be free of any desires and be free. Just be pure intelligence. Spurti means that light which shines from within. There's a very great singer, a very young singer called Spurti Rao. Spurti means that light of collect. This is called Spurti. From the lamp, you have light is coming out. In the same way, the light of consciousness is coming out through the mind. That is called Spurti Matra. And na kinchidiva shamyati. As if there is nothing else, anything else in this world. Such a person attains peace of mind. So with this, we conclude with this chapter 11. And tomorrow we will go into chapter 12. And how many chapters are here? Chapter 12. We will see if we can finish it before we begin the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita for this month will be chapter 17. So we are in the 11th chapter. How many more chapters? There are 20 chapters. So we will not be able to complete it before the Bhagavad Gita. We will see how many days, and then we will begin our Gita sessions for chapter 17. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kashchit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Om Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya, Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Bole Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Har Namah Parvati Pataye. Hara Hara Mahadeva. Hari Om.